very late start this morning. I had a late start, so I'm going to be trying to rush through this workout quickly, get everything done. I'm going. This is a stream of my workouts showing my body transformation over a year. The thing that's different about this body transformation for me is that I'm not taking any sort of supplements, so no protein shakes, no protein powders, no BCAAs, no creatine, nothing. Just purely trying to get all my nutrients from food and see what that looks like. I'm not opposed to any sort of supplements. I think take what you want, do what you think's best for your body or for your goals. I'm just not entirely sure that they're necessary for hitting the goals that I currently have. Secondary reason for not taking supplements is that they're costing me, just over $100 a month. So cutting them out saves me $1,200 a year. When my kids started preschool, which is expensive, and every little bit helps. So let's jump into it. It'll be lots of fun. I'll roll my nose real fast. I just started my allergy season, so I gotta start taking Claritin again. I get allergies from um, usually from April to June. Usually by mid-June, my allergy season is over. So just started yesterday. Remember that fun part where I haven't made taking Claritin or anything part of my regular routine. So I gotta remember to start doing that again. All right, today's leg day. Let's get going. I'm eager to see how much I can do today. Um, I started doing cardio again, which I haven't done consistently in about a month, but started running outside. So yesterday I did a 30-minute run, did 3 miles, just over 3 miles. Was pushing one of my kids in the jogging stroller. So, um, and I started jump roping on Monday. Let's see if my legs can do their normal routine or if there's going to be a little bit of a setback. All right. I like to do the body weight squats just to warm up, get everything moving. Still warming up, though, moving up to 20 pounds, 9.7 kilograms. What's up, Plosh? I'm good. I'm good. Just still getting started. Had a little bit of a late start this morning. How are you doing? And I can definitely feel today my legs are a little bit more tired from running. Doing great. Good. And the weather is nicer here. I was able to run outside with my kids yesterday, which was nice. what's uh what's new for you? Running? All right. Gonna go to the 70 pounds, which is 31.75 kilograms. I gotta set up my dumbbells real fast. Didn't expect to see rainy weather, man. I imagine you guys getting rainy weather is comparable to when, like where I live, we get snow. We very rarely see snow where I live, but on occasion it'll happen for like a second. More apt to see hail. Imagine, I imagine that rain is. If you guys ever have like serious rain, is a lot of some big problems for you. It's funny when you live in a place that has like a certain types of weather consistently. where you see them go through a change. Um, I live in Hainan, China, which is a tropical island, and there it's typically like it's typically always like 35 degrees there, 35 degrees Celsius. It's usually like 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 35 degrees Celsius there, like year round. So on occasion, when it gets down, like just randomly, even if it gets to like 80 degrees or 25 degrees Celsius, it's like freezing there for them because they're so used to the hot. So as soon as it gets that cold, like which 80 degrees, 25 degrees Celsius is not hot or cold to me at all. But there they start to be very cold. They're wearing jackets and sweaters and stuff, and they don't have a lot of that, so people are scrambling to buy up all of the jackets and sweaters. And if it gets down to like 70, which 70 degrees is 20 degrees Celsius, 20 degrees Celsius, people are just completely frozen. Oh, watch this. We do have serious rain, but not for a whole month. Uh, I think the place that gets hit really hard with rain is like India. As soon as like India gets those typhoons that just wreck their country. All right, this is the 70 pounds, 31.75 kilograms. 31.75 kilograms. Here the lowest temperature has reached 5 Celsius. We get down to just below 0 Celsius where I'm at. I used to work outside at night in the early morning. And oh man, when it would get below 0, it was not as much fun. What's crazy is when you're working outside hard enough and it's below 0, you're still dripping sweat. The worst is when it's raining outside really heavy and you have to wear rain gear to work outside. But the rain gear, you sweat so much in it that you're soaked either way. So it's like a trade off. Are you going to be soaked from rain or soaked from sweat? Posh says, or asked, do you get falling snow or ice? You know, yeah, we get very rarely does it snow. And if it snows where I'm at, it never sticks. Like it goes away quickly. Um, we probably get hail, the falling ice, like probably like a handful of times every winter. Last winter, actually, this last winter was like one of the heaviest I've seen it hail. It dropped a ton out. I actually hailed like within like a week ago, which is weird that it would be hailing in April. We still, obviously we still get rain in April, but it's not usually cold enough to hail. Um, do some people run under that? The hail here isn't so bad. It's usually small, so people don't really get stressed about it. If you go up north or back east, they get bigger hail. Like they get chunks of ice that are like that big that fall. But we don't get that here ever. It's always just tiny pieces. It's never been a big deal. I've never had anything like a windshield cracked or anything from hail. But when we go up to Oregon when I was a kid, people would say like, "Hey, you gotta, get out, get your car out from underneath the hail, because it'll get messed up." Do you guys get those big lightning storms where you're at, Plosh, in Saudi Arabia? Oh, all right. Hmm. Sorry. Do you get big lightning storms where you're at? Those got to be wow for 2 or 3 days. That's got to be scarier there because, like, if you're in the desert, it's pretty easy to be the tallest object out there with metal. When I was in Mongolia, I was in the desert there, and this lightning storm started. And it was so beautiful, and I thought it was really cool. I was recording it. It was like a ways off with this camcorder back in the day. And I'm standing there, and I realized that I'm the tallest thing in this desert right now with metal on. And I was like, I should probably get out of here, out of here. And it never occurred to me before that point to be like scared of lightning. It doesn't, to be honest. All right. That's one thing I wonder about when they talk about doing neural net, like installing, any sort of computer or technology or chips in your brain. Would it make someone with that more likely to be struck by lightning? Do they have to permanently walk around in rubber shoes? Because I know like women will get struck by lightning because the wires in their bra will attract the lightning. All right, that does it for the 70 pounds. 31.75 kilograms. We're down to 60 pounds. 27.21 kilograms. Well, I know in our deserts that are like rock and less sand, rain is a problem for flash floods. So you have to worry about floods in the Sahara, like when you're in a spot that's mostly sand. Are flash floods a big problem for you guys? Some areas does have flash flood, but not that scary. Yeah. Most are desert is sands, not rocks. This might sound like a silly question or anyone, but do you guys still use a lot of well water where you're at? Like digging wells, or is your groundwater still good for your well water good for drinking still? We have wells here, but a lot of times people can't drink from their wells where I'm at. Um, some of them will contain trace amounts of like salmonella and like various chemicals that you don't want to drink. So people just use it for like bathing and watering plants. All right, this is 60 pounds, 27.21 kilograms. My father's stable, have a well. Now, if I buy a property, I really want it to be someplace where there's good, good water that you can bring up with a well, good clean water. Where I live, they police all the wells now. They've been doing it for a while. They go up in helicopters and planes and search out for people's wells. If your well is, they don't know that you have one. They try to search out and find your wells. Now it's hard to find wells. Huh. I've heard that there's like a giant aquifer underneath the Sahara. Do you guys have um, people that sense water in the ground? Like we have, it's a long-standing tradition in a lot of places in the U.S. In the backwoods, people will take rods, like a stick, but they'll get like two of them, and they'll walk around, kind of waving them like this, and we'll do that to find water. My grandmother said she learned how to do it when she was a kid, and my great grandmother was supposed to be good at it, but they would find water that way. Some people are very skeptical about that in the U.S. and say that they're just guessing, or it's not absolute. In my generation, we don't. You know, if like older generations did. You can still pay people to do it here. There's still people that will come to your property and do it. Find you a well. Did you ever hear how they have that big, I think it's Russia, where they drilled a big hole into the ground? What they found deep under the earth, there is this layer of minerals that holds water, and they estimate that the amount of water underneath the earth's crust is 10 times more water than all of our oceans. And that if the water ever escaped from down there, it would easily flood all of the mountains. None of the mountains would be left above water. It lends a lot more support to the idea that there could be a global flood that covered everything. I don't know if you believe in the flood stories or not. I'm a big believer in Noah's account of the flood. All right. That's it with the 60s. 27.21 kilograms. I'm down in the 50s now. 22.67 kilograms. Yeah, I definitely believe in Noah's account for the flood. I was in China in Beijing. There's this museum at Tiananmen Square, or near Tiananmen Square in Beijing, and they have this wine casket that's thousands of years old. Oh, all right. See a plush, but it looks like every depiction you see of Noah's Ark. It's pretty interesting. How's it going, Bowser? Welcome. Have a good celebration, Plush. I hope you have a wonderful celebration. Good time with family. What's up, King Barrel? Oh, it's going good. Little running late today, so not getting everything done that I wanted, but still here. One more tires today. I ran 3 miles yesterday. The first time I've been able to run outside in a while. Today is just leg day, so squats. I'm doing the 50 pounds, which is 22.67 kilograms. Now I knocked out 70 pounds, which is 31.75 kilograms for 4 sets of 10 before this, and 60 pounds, which is 27.21 kilograms for 3 sets of 10. And now just getting on to the 50 pounds, 22.67 kilograms. Trying to learn the metric system. I see that I have like different people watching from outside of the US. I figured I could learn the conversion. I even have gone as far as to start learning Celsius versus Fahrenheit. People will tell me like how hot it is or cold it is wherever they're at, and it's Celsius, and I always forget what that is in relation to Fahrenheit. But I wrote down the formula in my notebook so I can see it, so I can remember, and someone tells me what their temperature is. Ah, I was out with my kids hiking the other day, and my one kid was asking me. So we're talking about animals that we have in our woods, and she was like, "Do you think we'll see that one animal that's like a monkey with the big ears?" I was like, "Are you talking about like a chimpanzee?" She's like, "No, no, no. It has fur all over its face." I was like, took me a second. I was like, "Oh, you mean a koala?" And she's like, "Yeah, koala." And this is like probably the third time I've had to explain to them that we don't have koalas in the United States, and that she'd have to go to a zoo or Australia to see them. And they're like, "Are koalas friendly?" I'm like, "Well, I think it depends on how much eucalyptus they've eaten, how drugged up they are." But they really want to see a koala. The one I really want to see in the wild is duck-bill platypus. Oh yeah, are they growls like super loud? They sound so scary compared to how cute they are. Did you see that video? There's like a video where there's like a koala gets stuck in the river, and they had to like get it out of the water, and it just looks so scary when it's all wet compared to when it's all fluffy and cute. It looks like a whole different animal. I want to see a duck-bill platypus. I've never seen one. And I love the fact that they're poisonous. I think it's hilarious. They look funny, but can also hurt you with their poison. Your favorite animal is dingoes? You guys had a dingo attack like the other day, right? Like a 9-year-old kid. Oh man. All right. Unfortunately, that's my last set of the day. I'm out of time. It's the downside of getting started late. Fun fact about dingo: they have no relation to wolves / dogs. I did not know that. That's very interesting. Like no common ancestor whatsoever, or is it just really far back? That's fascinating. I did not know that. Hmm. Imagine being isolated on their own continent. We'll do that. Have you ever seen a duck-bill platypus in the wild? Some very distinct ancestors, like, oh, okay. Merrill says apparently they have some very distant ancestries, like specific breeds. I'd be interested. I'm gonna have to look that up. That'd be fascinating to see. You guys have all of those, like, you have like the duck-bill platypus, which is different from. I don't think that guy lives anywhere else besides Australia. And you guys have obviously kangaroos, which we don't have anywhere else. It's fascinating. All right, I gotta take off. Thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow. Have a good day, and God bless you guys. Bye.